got me? Can you hear me?
You good, Coach?
All right. Let me start first with, I think I got like 20 minutes. So let me tell you real quick about how, damn it. Let me tell y'all real quick about how, I've heard a lot of coaches tonight talk about blocking, how you block the, how everybody blocks the counter and all this different stuff. I'm going to show you real quick one thing we talk about, okay? So we do a thing called the mic ID system. And when we ID the mic, he's always the middle of 3, the back side of 2, or he's with the shade. Okay, basically that's 1, right? So that's how we're looking at everything. So right here, you got a shade. Here's your mic, okay? So we would start the double team here. We always want to start the double team in the B gap, right? So if we're going counter here, and this is just an example of how and why we do this with power or with counter. So if we're coming GT, right, he's got to block down. The way that we teach this is if this guy, we read the center line, the apex, if the mic is outside the center line, the tackle's going to use a gallop technique, okay? Guard's going to step gap foot first, and he's going to try to torque this guy into the A gap. He's going to gallop, and his teaching point is he's going through the hip hard, high leg, and he's really, this referee's in a great spot. He's aiming for where that referee is because he's aiming for 1 spot over, OSO, okay? He doesn't want to try to high leg and get all the way down because now the mic can run the hump, right? So he wants to high leg and get this guy walled off. So now it's here, right? And then we get the kick. We'll usually arc that, and then we'll get the wrap. We'll go inside. Okay, so that's a look at that, how we do some of that stuff in terms of blocking it. Sorry, I don't have a lot of film for you. I don't have any film for you, actually. I do have contact. But this is one thing I wanted to show you real quick, too, okay? So we said he's the backside of 2. He's the middle of 3, backside of 2, or he's with a shade, okay? So here, there's no shade, right? They're both in 2s. So we can go either way with this. And let's just say we're going counter weak. So now here's the double team guy. We know how to carry it to him because he's past the center line, okay? So we're going to step gap foot inside, gallop technique, down hard, and then we're going to run GT right there. Now, if, let's say this guy's out of the picture, and let's say he's not there, and let's say they're in a true 4-3, right? If they look like that, okay? And we're still going counter weak, right? Now he's on the center line. So now what would happen would be more of a zone double. We're going to gap step inside. We're going to get hip to hip, and now we're still coming off 1 spot over, but now the double team becomes vertical, okay? We're not trying to get that horizontal double now. We're trying to get a vertical one because, as always, we're aiming 1 spot over, so we don't want him to run the hump, okay? So there's just how we talk about blocking it. Now we'll get into that's how we block it, okay? So we ID the mic, we push the double to him, and then after we push the double to him, we work from there. We talk about how, all right, so here's a really good look. And for you guys that are counter guys, you 2-back guys, I want you to understand this now, okay? Bama's in 10 personnel with a 2-back look, and this is extremely dangerous for defense, okay? And the reason that is because this is an F and this is an F, or a T, a running back, whatever you want to call him, right? What Bama's going to do right here is they're going to go inside zone, or they're going to run counter with him, and then he's getting out the door, okay? They're going to read this guy, so it becomes triple option. So I'm just throwing that at you. We call it F hide, and what we'll do is we'll put the H over here, so it'll be the back. We'll hit him in there on the same side counter, sprint him out of there, and read him for our read, and now we've got our F in spades 2 over 2, right? Okay, but so now we know how to block it. Now we kind of see some different ways that you can look at it, okay? Here's the box count for us, right? So the box is defined as tackle to tackle. Anybody outside, up to 2 yards outside the tackle, up to 8 yards deep, right? So there's your box, okay? Those are run fitters. Those are guys that can immediately affect the run game. This guy can fold in. So he's going to be our read guy if we RPO it, right? But right now it's 6 on 5, 6, if we want to include that H in there. So it's 6 on 6, we've got a hat on a hat, right? One of the reasons that we really love, sorry, my son's going crazy. One of the reasons we really love 20 personnel looks, 11 personnel, whatever, we can slice off either side and be protected and use our RPOs, right? All right, so if we want to get into them, if we want to get into those RPO looks that we're talking about, we run 3 different ones, okay, with counter looks. The first one we just call rocket and laser, okay? And what's going to happen is we're going to GT this thing. So you look at it, you ID the mic. If we're going, GT, so we're coming back here. The double's going to happen there. We're going to double back to him. He's off the center line, or he's kind of on the center line a little bit, so it's going to be a thin double. These 2 are GTing. What we're going to do is we're going to take our H, and we're going to shoot him to the flats now, okay? This guy's going to be our read. Typically, more times than not, defenses, especially the play side linebacker, backside linebacker, reads the pull. He gets himself out of there. We block MDM. We get him out there in space. And it's just a really easy way. And I don't even know that that's considered an RPO as much as it is, just a twist on your old school. And Auburn started on your old school zone read. Auburn started doing that with Jared Stidham a lot because he wasn't a runner. Of course, they got Cam back there, and that guy can do anything. So you really got a lot of options with him. One of the things that we would do when we had a running quarterback, we would start him in push motion. We'd run GH. If we liked it, we could get it out here. If that guy sat, we just run counter up underneath it with a good athlete, okay? But we call that rocket and laser. We have the ability to do that to either side. One thing, again, the reason I like GH stuff so much, and even split flow stuff, okay? So we run stick RPO off this. I know Coach Banks is a big stick zone guy. I'm not, but we will do this, okay? We'll lock this tackle. We'll go GH. We'll go same side. Excuse me, I'm sorry. We'll go split flow. My bad. We'll go split flow. We'll go GT back this way. If this nickel is reading the tackle for a run read and he gets down, okay, he gets a down block. Now that nickel fits, we just run stick up underneath it. And we're squared off everywhere because we're sealing off the backside and we're going GH, GTs. Anybody got any questions on that? On the split flow look on the stick? Yes, no, maybe? All right. Another good thing that we'll do off that, we'll run a speed out vert. That's our favorite. I think that really out leverages defense. I think that gives people tremendous problems. If you're in cover 2, if we can hit the hole, that's great. If you're in a quarters look and you're getting out of there, that's great. If you're in a stubby look, whatever, we really like that little 3-step rollover a lot better than we like the stick, because the stick could involve the mic and him. But I will say this now, anytime you start to get this pull action here on this backer and get this guy out, it's a really good thing that you can do, okay? So there's just a way that we run, that little sneak look with it. We'll also come out. Here's my favorite look when we've got the back and sidecar, okay? Now we can do a lot of different things. So here we go. We can go slide. So we go sneak and we go slide with that guy on the rocket and laser look, okay? So we can slide him out. We can use the GT look with it, right? Okay, so we go GT, read the front side guy. So essentially it becomes bash, right? This guy closes down. We flip it out there to him, okay? If we want to go same side, we can do that. Or if we want to go cross face counter, we can do that and go split flow. So we went this, split flow, and we ran counter, okay? Then we come back and we do this. Excuse me. Then we come back, we can do this. We split flow, and we read him now, okay? Now we come back, and we do this, and we split flow it, and you can run the glance off of it. We'll do this. Excuse me. We'll We'll do that. We'll come back with split flow, and then there's your stick up top or your speed out up top. Okay, a lot of different ways you can get to those looks. A lot of different ways you can get to those looks and counter. One more. This is how we prefer to get to the glance. Okay, here. So now, of course, the back set away. So now we're going GT to the boundary, which I think is a great football play. So you go GT there, split flow that thing, get this guy going here, read this guy, see where he's at anyway. Okay, so they're in a press look, and this guy's looking downhill right now at that H through that tackle. He gets a down, right, or he gets a pull. He gets a down, so he's a run fitter now through the alley. Let's say he's the force guy. You run the glance behind him. Okay? So that's how you do that. Those are our 3 real simple RPOs. We run off of it. I'll slide back through those real fast, and we'll look at the box count side of it that Coach was talking about. Okay, anytime, here's what we say with the box, okay? So anytime we go, and I call it 5, 6, 7, right? So anytime there's 5 in the box, we want to run it. 6 in the box, we want to read it. 7 in the box, we want to throw it, okay? Now, that's in 10 personnel. Anytime you add a hat, so you've added a hat with 20 personnel, now it's 6, 7, 8, right? And eventually you'll get to see it, and all you'll say is, okay, they're +1, they're +2, or we're even. If we're even in the box, let's run it. If they're +1, let's read somebody, okay? Right here, it's 6 on 6. Let's run the football. There's a hat on a hat, okay? Got another one for you. We go back to some of those looks that we got in earlier. I had a clip from the back. I don't remember who it was. All right, here you go. The old dreaded tight front. The old dreaded tight front. You don't have to be scared of it, okay? You can still run counter to this. It's 6 on 6, right? You should be able to run it. Arc this guy. Double to the backside. Kick him. Wrap tight. Knife that guy. Let's go. We'll play football. 6 on 6. We got 6 hats, okay? Don't be scared of that tight front. I know a lot of people are. We're not. Let's find another box count. Here's a good one, okay? Now, remember what we said about the box count. The box count is anybody up to 2 yards outside the tackle and within 8 yards of the line of scrimmage, okay? This ball's getting snapped from the 1, call it the 2. This guy is sitting on the, the 10. He's right there on top of it. He could very, very easily fit right there. Okay, so here's what we're telling our guys. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the box. Let's count him, all right? He's 2 yards outside. We don't use a ruler. We're not sitting out there going, all right, damn it, he's only 1.5 or he's 4. Don't care, right? That's a 7-man box, potentially an 8-man box, right? Now, here we go. Auburn's added a hat, okay? Auburn's added a hat, right? So there's 7. So they can handle a 7-man box. They're 7 on 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great, okay? You got to decide what you're going to do with that guy. Doesn't matter. Let's say we're running counter, right? Let's say we're running GH counter. And let's say we're running it to the tight end side, right? We start to go back and we think about our rules. And here's the first thing that we think about as a quarterback. I count the box. My center has a job. He's going to ID the mic. My quarterback's got a job, okay? He's going to determine, should we read it, run it, or throw it. 7 on 7. We're going to run the football. My center calls this guy's the mic. He's outside the center line. Tackle uses the gallop technique, right? He's going one spot over. He's going to meet him right there. We step inside foot. We get him torqued right there. We're going to get that guy kicked. If we have a tight end, okay, anytime we have a tight end and somebody's playing a 6 or some kind of heavy technique on us, and we're running it to the tight end, he's automatically out. We're influencing that guy, okay? And the same way works with odd front. So we're out, we're influencing him. There's the double. We back that thing. We kick him. We wrap underneath it. Here's the other good thing about it. This guy right here is low-hanging fruit, right? Okay? Well, if we've got a tight end here, okay, we're in the old pro eye look. We've probably got a receiver out here. We've probably got a guy out here. If we do have a guy out here, right? This guy's low-hanging fruit. we run the counter, and we can still RPO it because we've got the whole front handled. The box is good to, all right, so let's go here. Box, good. Is protection good? Yes, it is. We can do that, right? Can we read anybody? Don't have to, but if we want to, let's read that guy. So we put the RPO on. Bam. Everything is very simple. Everybody knows what to do. It's real simple. So for us, you know, that will be California glance. Here we go. Go play football. Everybody's job, they know what to do because of techniques, right? He knows what to do because where the technique is. He knows what to do because where the technique is. He knows what to do. He knows how to pull. He knows who he's looking for. He's always looking for the front side. So he's here. Okay? We influence that guy. Let's read that guy. Let's go play football. All right? Anybody got any questions so far about that stuff? All right, let's look at one more. Let's see. All right, here's a look from our team, okay? Now, inside of our stuff right here, okay, you're looking at a 3-3 stack team. They're a 5-man box versus 6. Why they were looking out here and doing this, I don't know, but we're getting ready to snap the football. He doesn't insert himself. We're still okay because it's 6-on-6, okay? Not a big deal. A big deal. All right. Anybody got any questions about anything counter-wise, the RPO side of it?
Everyone I love in danger.
Anything you guys want to see? Remember, we can hear your mics. Here's another good look at a box count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are we good? First thing my quarterback's going to ask. Yes, we are. We've got an extra hat and an extra hat. So it's 7-on-7. Let's go play football. Okay? And that's the first thing our quarterbacks get up there and do. They do, and I got this from Will Hall at Tulane. It's called socking it. Okay? After the box count. Let's count the safeties. Let's look at the overhangs. Let's find out where the corners are. Sock it. We're going to sock this thing. 2 safeties. So we have an idea what we need to do in the pass game. If we're going to flip it out there on somebody, 7-man box. There's that. Okay. We've got 7-on-7. We can run it so we're protected the whole way across. Ready to go run counter, ready to go run power, ready to go run zone. Doesn't matter. All right. Anybody got any questions about anything we shared real quick? I know we ran through that real fast, and I've got a big presentation that I normally do. I'll throw up my info real quick in case anybody wants to holler at us. I think we do a lot of good things. Our biggest thing is we want to try to do as much as we can, blocking as few people as we can. And I think we do a good job of it. All right. Anybody got any questions?
No, Coach, no questions in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys. Make sure y'all get Coach's email and contact there. I don't want anybody to miss it.
Always.